Hey everyone, we're at Donkey Projections. My name is Eric and we have Lucas as always.
Hey everyone.
Today is September 14th, 2020, and today we're going to be talking about how Michael Bloomberg, former presidential candidate for the 2020 race, has spent $100 million in the battleground state in Florida to help Democratic nominee Joe Biden. Polls have recently been narrowing down in Florida, so Mike Bloomberg decided to spend $100 million to help with ad campaigns in this state, and it's very contested right now. We're going to talk about
Right.
this event. We're going to talk about its impact, and we are going to talk about how actually ad finances really did pay off, because we'll see how well Mike Bloomberg was doing in a race.
Right. And yeah, he's talking about the 2020 Democratic primary, where Bloomberg was polling very high at one point. We'll take a look at that. And with that being said, let's get right into it. So before we start, let's give some background here about Michael Bloomberg. Who is Michael Bloomberg? Before running for president in 2020, he was the mayor of New York City before Bill de Blasio. He is very rich. I believe he is around 30 times richer in net worth
Yeah.
than Donald Trump.
Let's put it like this. Donald Trump's net worth is about $2.5 billion. Michael Bloomberg is around $60 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, so he is very, very rich. He started his own, I believe it's a news outlet, right? LP,
Yeah.
Bloomberg LP.
And he does
But
a lot
anyways,
yeah, he does a lot of philanthropy stuff now.
yeah, that is kind of off topic. But anyway, Bloomberg ran for president. He did not so well, but in the polls, he actually shot up a lot. He did actually a lot better than a lot of people, might have assumed for a late joiner. But I mean, he didn't really do well in general in the primary, though. But anyways, this is huge. $100 million. That's a lot of money.
I
To put that
mean,
into perspective,
yeah,
Bloomberg spent $900 million for his Democratic primary campaign. I mean, 1/9 of that is still a pretty large sum.
yeah. In general, yes, $100 million is a lot of money, but the benefits of Michael Bloomberg is that he's very rich, and a figure like him giving $100 million, for Bloomberg, it's not that much effort in reality, but that will help a lot in Florida.
Right. And I think that a lot of Democrats really don't like Michael Bloomberg that much. I remember a quote from Elizabeth Warren from one of the debates that she was like, "We're not uh, replacing one billionaire with another billionaire," because Michael Bloomberg. But anyways, this is a very interesting decision. He's essentially funding his former rival um, to try to get him to win Florida. So let's kind of discuss Florida now. Currently Biden really is not polling as well as he was before. At one point, he was like 8 points up, 7 points up. We actually made a whole video on why Biden will probably win Florida. At that point in time, it looked very good for Biden to win Florida. That has since changed a lot, obviously. With new polls coming out, Benson's strategy group, not a great pollster, not showing us a rating, but 2 points up, 3, 5, 3. These are not good pollsters. But Mayor's College has it at even and Trump +1. We did discuss this in one of the other videos, so overall, not looking too great for Biden in Florida, and I think Bloomberg's funding might really kind of help that. And now talking about the 2020 Democratic primary, Bloomberg ran for president in 2020, as we described. It was actually, he announced it very late compared to the other candidates. He just hopped in during let's see, around November, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just hopped into the race, even though people already started announcing in 2019, early 2019, mid 2019. But look at his steep climb up. Look at that.
Yeah.
It started late, but that money really did help. And I mean, I bet everyone can relate to me here that I got a ton of Michael Bloomberg ads during that time
Yeah.
period he was in the
Wow.
race. A ton.
Which
Uh,
shows, yeah, and that shows how much, money going towards, financing and ad campaigning does help, because he was pulling higher I believe. Wait, where is his
Yeah, the orange. He was
the
polling
orange?
higher than Elizabeth Warren at one point.
Yeah, he was polling higher than Warren. I knew he was polling higher than one of the more mainstream candidates, which was incredible.
Yeah, and although I gotta admit, even though he polled well in the polls, his Super Tuesday performance was, I mean, compared to the polls, pretty. He underperformed in the Democratic primary, but he still got a decent chunk of the vote. Actually,
He did win
um,
American Samoa.
he did win American
He
Samoa,
did win
but
it.
he did get a decent amount of the vote in the primaries, but he didn't do that well. However, these polls really show how much money counts. Warren was polling higher than Biden at one point. I think my thing froze here. I'm trying to refresh it, but Warren was polling higher than Biden at one point. At one point, she was like the leader, and Bloomberg was able to overtake her at one point by what, 6%? Wow.
Yeah,
He
crazy.
got close to Biden's numbers too at that time. So that really does go to show, wow, money really does matter. So I think that what in general the money to Florida really can help Biden is getting his name out there. In Florida, one of the biggest reasons why he's really not doing well is because he's not performing as well with Hispanic voters as Hillary Clinton was. He and that is a huge issue for his campaign here. If Bloomberg can push out new ads for Biden, or at least fund new ads for Biden, he can get a lot more people to kind of like know who he is. I mean, I'm almost sure that people do know who he is, but they need to get people to turn out, and I think those ads really could help him do that at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So now, Eric, you can kind of discuss the significance here of Florida.
Yeah, so as Lucas plotted out without margins, he plotted out most of the safes or likelies that we do think are going to go to the Republican or the Democrat. He left blank all the battleground states. And right now, Biden is expected to win, or we think he's going to win Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Florida is a bit of a question right now, as we've seen in the more recent polls. So, in my opinion, Florida is kind of important to Joe Biden, but it's reaching like gift territory. What I mean is that if Joe Biden focuses on the blue wall, he wins. Getting Florida would be a pretty good gift for him. I can confidently say that Donald Trump needs Florida more than Joe Biden in order to get electoral votes.
Right, and I agree with that. We don't want to make this too repetitive, the Florida video, but yeah, that's a good way to put it in a nutshell. Overall, the impact of Bloomberg's money, I personally predict that it probably will impact it, but we still got to wait and see what it really could do. But I think it probably will at least improve his numbers by a little bit, kind of seeing how much Bloomberg's numbers really did improve in the 2020 Democratic primary. So, I mean, let's just play out some scenarios here. Yeah. So essentially, Florida really is that important. If he can lose every state in the blue wall but Michigan, and Biden still wins. And that's really how important Florida might be for at least Joe Biden to secure a victory and like kind of, officially mount it down there. That's different from Trump in that Trump needs Florida to win very badly, or I want to say he has no chance of winning without Florida.
Correct.
And that is the end of it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. And if you like this content, please hit subscribe. We'll see you in our next episode tomorrow.
See ya.